We are in Jonah chapter 4 and headed for home. It makes me a little sad, actually. I like Jonah. And in Jonah chapter 3, lots of things were going well. Jonah finally goes to Nineveh. He tells the people to repent, and they do. But this week, we're in Jonah chapter 4, and Jonah's in a bad mood. He's greatly displeased at what is going on. He gets angry. He prays, "Oh Lord, is this not what I said when I was still at home? That's why I was so quick to flee to Tarshish. I knew you're a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love, a God who relents from sending calamity." So Jonah, the recipient of God's compassion and grace, wants to deny that compassion and grace to others. He says, I knew this is what you were going to do. I knew you were going to allow them to repent. That's why I didn't want to tell them to repent. I knew that you would spare them, and so I ran. Now, can you see just how dark the human heart is, how selfish it is? It's almost as if Jonah is as selfish as you and me. He is a prophet of God's grace, but he does not want that grace to go outside of his tribe. Is that ever true of you? Are you small-minded like Jonah? In verse 3, he says, "Now, Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live." So apparently, the kind of vitriol we find on social media today is not new. The crazy, dark, hysterical, awfulizing that is so prevalent is not something that is just a 21st century concoction. It was in place there. There have always been sort of small-minded, angry, chicken little-ish kinds of people. And look, I want to be quick to acknowledge there's a lot of bad news out there. There's a lot of bad news out there, and it can be overwhelming at times. But there's good news out there, and if you're watching this, chances are your life has been shaped in a saving way by Jesus, and so we live in light of the last book. We live in light of God's promised victory. We live with that assurance, and so we have to be shaped by that, and we have to be those who are willing to extend grace, that the grace that we depend upon, to extend that grace to others. And so I ask you today, I suggest to you today that you do not want to be like Jonah. You do not want to be like Jonah. Have a good day.